My name is Jeannette Mosher. I'm the women's basketball coach at UT Tyler. I would say our expectations probably aren't much different from the other teams in the Lone Star. I think we have to be a little bit more realistic, but we are a college athletic team, and our expectations are to win games. And we know that we're transitioning from a Division III roster to a Division II, and that might take some time. So our expectations are to go out there and compete every single night. Those expectations have still got to be there, but knowing that you have to do a lot of good things, and that starts with getting good talent, but talent isn't always going to win. I think you have to preach the details, because we had 5 teams in the Lone Star Conference that made the NCAA tournament, and one of them won the national championship. But I think that has to start. You have to have high standards. You have to have the right people to help you with what you want, and that's going to be a key in any conference, but the Lone Star in particular. Well, I think that we're only returning 4 of them, so there's not much, familiarity with last year's roster. I do think one of the things that obviously they're going to bring is that they know me. They're going to be able to help the kids in everything that's going to be new to them, X and O's, philosophies, any of that stuff, and so that's really, really important for me. I think one of the things that they're going to be, might be a little bit adjustment for them, is that they're going to have a role adjustment. Maybe if they started last year, they might not be starting this year. I think those are things that are going to be an adjustment for them, but there's no doubt that I am looking for them for leadership and to help me be an extension of myself and the staff. That's going to be key for our growth. However you can establish some of that during your practices, during your games, during your time together. That could be something as simple as peer-led drills, that they're leading the drills, they're correcting it, they're determining certain things in that. So anything that you can do to give them repetition in leadership position is no different than having repetition in shooting or defense or anything like that. We just have to give them the opportunity to do that and the repetition to do it. So we needed all of our new players to be impact players, because we were transitioning from a Division III to a Division II roster. We are noticing that the college players that transferred in, whether they be junior college kids or 4-year college players, they're a little bit ahead of the game because they have that experience, they have that maturity. And I think there's such a learning curve for the freshmen that's something that stands out with our newcomers. So there's a lot of expectations on those new kids, and it's probably more so the college players. I think the position that we're in, and I can only imagine what some other coaches in our department are going through, is the mental and emotional stability that you have to have, because we probably could play an outstanding game and still maybe lose by 20. And we have to be able to stay positive, to take a look at the things that we need to continue to work on, and not start pointing fingers and not get down on people, which is so easy to do when you're not winning or things don't go well. So I think that's the most important thing for me to make sure we do, and that we're preaching to our players, and that our leaders need to make sure is happening out there on a daily basis. You have to put the ball in the basket, so there has to be that element of offense, but I know that defense can keep you in the games, especially if you're having trouble. If you're having trouble putting the ball in the basket, if you can get the other team not to score for periods of time, you're going to be okay. You can hold your own. And I do think for us, I think we need to find the best scoring opportunities, the high percentage shots, and I think defensively you can create that. Get some steals, you have layups, maybe get to the free throw line. Make sure the three-point shots that you're taking are the best three-point shots. The right personnel is taking the right shots. Those are all things that are going to be a huge factor for us. So there's a certain level of intelligence that has to play into that. Is this the best shot? Should I have taken that? Who hasn't touched the ball and we haven't scored in the last 5 minutes? Those are all things that are important. So I think for us, there's no doubt offense is going to win games, because whoever scores the more points, but that defense is going to be huge, making a team uncomfortable, taking them out of things that they want to do. And those are all things that we're going to have to think about. Knowing that you have the national champions in your league, five schools earning an at-large bid is huge. You know that you're being looked at as a top conference. I was lucky enough to play Division II basketball in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate, and I coached in the Great Lakes Valley. Those were great schools as well, but I think this Lone Star is just even a step above. So it's very exciting, but I'm not going to lie, it's also very scary too as a coach, especially in this transition period. We have always been high standards here, so I don't think much of that's going to change. We're going to keep doing what we're doing there with the community and with our students here on campus. I think the exciting thing is that we get to showcase what we have over here. I don't think a lot of people know maybe much about East Texas, let alone our beautiful campus, how academically sound we are, our facilities, and how competitive our student athletes and coaches are. So I'm really excited that they'll get a chance to get to know us, and they'll get a chance to see that. Definitely. The thing that I hope that the people see is once they meet our people, our administrators, our coaches, our student athletes, they're going to find they're great quality people, and I hope that we're a great fit for the Lone Star Conference as well.
My name is Beezy Birchette. I am a senior here on the women's basketball team. I'm a guard/forward, and I'm from Killeen, Texas. I would say my expectations for the team would just be high energy, on and off the court always, make sure we're giving 100%, whether it be practice, in the weight room, or a game. I would definitely say the changes from last year to this year would be the bond that we have, considering that pretty much everybody is new. We do click as though we've been playing with each other for years, so I would say that's probably like the biggest change that we have. Knowing that even though we've been here for a year, like everything is a fresh, clean slate, and then also just taking the initiative to be a leader and to help those that are new, because we have been here for a year already. Like, we know what coach is like, we know what coach doesn't like, so just making sure we have everybody all aligned. The most important thing I would say that we need to focus on is communication, because communication can help with defense and offense, not just one or the other. The more we talk on defense, you know, the better our defense will be, the better energy will be, including like just talking on the bench. Like, if I go out, I shouldn't go out, you know, just be quiet. The more energy I have, that leads to offense, and then everybody loves offense. Like, offense, you know, that's the key to the game. I'm looking forward to just the high energy of every game. I know that every game that we play will be a battle. I know that no team's just going to willingly give us a win, but just knowing that my teammates and I will go out there and give it everything that we have, you know, I feel like we will be fine. And I just know that the Lone Star Conference is probably the toughest conference to face. So I'm actually glad that, you know, we're making this branch into it. I think it'll be good for us in the university. Definitely. We do a lot of stuff on campus. Recently we had a campus cleanup. You know, nobody loves to wake up early in the morning, but just waking up and being able to, you know, create those bonds with my teammates while making the campus that we all go to look nice, it was definitely worthwhile. And then also we did go to the retirement home. We played some bingo. The elderly people get very serious about their bingo. That was a fun experience, just, you know, with members of the community that don't really see people as much. So I think that's fun, and honestly, we love doing stuff like that because it just makes us happy to see how happy they are to have visitors. So,
who's the most competitive bingo player on your team?
You know, I would say it's kind of all the freshmen, because they were so eager to win, and I was just like, this is not for y'all. And what's crazy is they did not win. Like, the elderly people beat them every time.